Hey guys, it's Supercalf and I have got a huge RC car today. Look at this FMS Suzuki JIMNY 1/6 scale. This thing is taking over the entire coffee table. I mean, if we compare it to the Jimny that we tested a few months ago, I believe. Look at that, that is huge. So 1/6 scale, 1/12 scale. Why did FMS not make this 1/6 scale? FMS, you've just destroyed my collection now. Look at that. That's not going to look right. 1/6 scale, 1/12 scale. I want things to be consistent throughout. So you've kind of messed my collection up, but I'm still excited to get this out of the case, assemble a few bits and bobs. Nice to see that we've still got the case included, which is really important for me because if they're not getting used, at least they're stored and they are kept in good condition instead of collecting dust. But apart from that, let's get this one out of the case, assemble any bits that might need assembling, install the battery, and let's go for a test run. First of all, you've got some instructions. Keep these in a safe place because you just never know when you might need them for any troubleshooting. Say for example the car's not working as it should, or if you've damaged a part and you need to replace one, so it's a good thing to keep. So let's put these aside for now and let's get this out of the case. They've gone ahead and taken the outer piece of card off. This case has got 2 locks compared to the 1/12 Jimny, which has got 1. So let's go ahead and position those locks in the unlock position and flip the case open. There we've got the Jimny. Straight away I can see there are some minor bits to install. Probably something to do with here, and we've got the mirrors. Yeah, we've got some mirrors here. Some other bits in there, we'll find out. And we've got the spare tyre at the back, the transmitter. And just a side note, this one did not include any battery or a charger for the car itself. So I did have to buy that separately, but more on that later when I am charging it before the test run. But first, let's get this car out of the case and get these bits installed. So let's get the transmitter out first, put it aside. The bits for installing, got some more here. Nothing else left in here. Oh, it's the spare tyre that we need to get out as well, which is going to go on here. So I'm guessing we've got some fixings for that in one of those bags. So the car itself now, let's get this out of the case. If I can grab hold of it, that is. It's a bit awkward. Move the case out of the way. And there we have it, Jimny out of the case. Now to assemble these little bits onto the Jimny. I'm just going to start with the mirrors first, so let's get these out. So we've got the 2 bits here, 2 mirrors. Nice to see that these are actual mirrors and not some stickers. So a lot of attention to detail there from FMS. So let's just place these here. And also there are some screws included. According to the instructions, we need the smallest screws for these. So this might be a little bit fiddly, to be honest. Look at the size of this screw. Can you see? Can you even see that? So this first part, this doesn't need any screws, or attaching the mirror to the long handle. As you can see, this just needs to go into there. Little bit fiddly, just be careful if you are installing one for yourself that you don't break it by mistake. That tiny screw that we took out earlier on will need to go into here. It is so awkward getting these tiny screws in for these mirrors. I'm not sure if the camera will even focus, that's how small they are. But I'm almost done and I'm going to move on to the rest of the bits. I have fixed the top bow. However, I am not going to fix it to the car. Reason being is if I do that, I can't put it back in its case. However, this tyre will be fixed into its position as that won't affect anything. So let's get that done. So here we've got the spare tyre, which is going to go over here. These are the fixings. Here's why I did not screw in this top bow. As you can see, I've placed it in its case. So imagine this being screwed into position. That means this case would not close. It is pretty sturdy as it is without the screws. So it comes off and you can just place it into, let's say, around here. And that means the case should close now. As you can see, the case closes fine this way. It just means the case is not going to waste just because of that top bow, which, to be honest, why do you need it screwed into position? It's a bit pointless. Not like anyone's going to hang off it or anything like that. It's sturdy enough, it's not going to come off very easily. The spare tyre is also fixed in its position. Just before I show you all the close-ups of the car itself, this is the charger that I had to buy separately. It's called a balance charger. And this is the battery, which I had to buy separately as well. It's a LiPo battery, which is required for the car. This charger costs around about £35. The battery itself costs around about £25. So that's another £60 on top of the car, which I wasn't aware of in terms of having to spend. But these kind of cars are, of course, new to me. These kind of chargers are completely new to me as well. But it is what it is. We had to buy it to get the car running. Let's get this battery charged in the background whilst we take a look at the close-ups of the Jimny. Hope you enjoyed those cinematic shots. Let's get the bonnet open of the Jimny, and the battery is now fully charged. So we're just going to connect it up first. Now the space for the battery is a little bit tight here, so I might just place it in around there. And that should allow us to close the bonnet. Actually, before we close the bonnet, we need to turn the car on from this switch here. But first, you're supposed to turn the transmitter on. And here's the transmitter. This takes 4 AA batteries, which I'm just going to insert now. So, as per the instructions, just going to turn the transmitter on first, and then just turn the car on. Just close the bonnet. The headlights always stay on, you can't turn them on or off yourself. There are no working indicators on this particular model. We have still got proportional control, so for example the steering turns according to the amount of turn on the transmitter. The backlights also don't work. The battery's in and these guys are in as well. Let's go ahead and take the Jimny for a test run. The car does have this sudden stop, which I don't know how to get rid of. As you can see, Mario just fell out of the car. I'll show you again. So as you can see, it's not a gradual stop. Something to do with the car itself. You can't change it from the settings or anything like that. But we'll just demonstrate that one more time. But anyway, let's take it for one more lap just to conclude on what it performs like. Overall guys, this 1/6 scale Suzuki Jimny is a highly detailed scale model. In my opinion, the 112 Jimny we reviewed previously is still better than this one. It just has those extra few bits of functionality, which is very impressive for such a small car. I mean, this one is good too, but for the size and how much it costs, I still think FMS could have made it better in terms of performance and clearly could have included functioning rear lights and indicators. That sudden braking and a little lack of power also lets it down a bit. People have modded these, but some of us just don't have that much free time. Overall, I do recommend this if you are a collector of scale RC car models, but if it's performance you're after, at the price point this car is at, you can tap into far better performance focused RC car models than this for not so much more. Thanks for watching guys, do subscribe, share and like, and I'll see you again in the next one. Bye bye.